ChatGPT didn't get smart from reading the internet. That's the lie everyone believes. The truth? Three secret steps. And the third step, most AI engineers don't even know that exists. You're about to learn the hidden three-step pipeline that turns garbage into ChatGPT, the billion-dollar technique that made AI actually useful, and the new method that's about to make RLHF obsolete. I'm Edna. I've been in tech for over a decade. I've gone through promotions, a layoff, and burnout that changed how I see work. Now, I help software professionals grow and work smarter with AI. So subscribe and let's level up together. And as a thank you, here is a picture of my dog, Caden. Quick question, which LLM do you use? ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini? Comment below C, A, or G. No judgment here. Just curious to see whose team what. Here's what no one tells you about LLM training. Companies scrape trillions of words. It's in books, code, Reddit arguments on whether hot dogs are sandwiches or not. They feed all of them to a neural network. That is called pre-training. And it creates something completely useless. I'm serious. Why? Because pre-training only teaches one thing. Predict the next word. Not to be helpful, not to follow instructions, but kind of autocomplete on steroids. It's like memorizing every single cookbook out there, and yet you have no idea how to make a simple dinner. Pre-trained models are brilliant idiots. They know everything, but they understand nothing. So, how do you fix that? How do you turn this chaos into ChatGPT? That's where the real training begins. 3 steps, but each more critical than the last. Stick around because in 3 minutes, I'm going to show you the code that proves how one technique changed everything. And hit that like button if you're ready to understand why. Step 1, Supervised Fine-Tuning, SFT. This is where the humans intervene. OpenAI hires contractors, freelancers, PhD students, and they go off and write thousands of perfect examples. Here is an example. Prompt: explain quantum computing to a 5-year-old. Response: a clear, simple explanation. Another example. Prompt: write Python to reverse a string. Response: clean, commented code. Then the model goes off and trains on these. It learns how to imitate good behavior, how to follow instructions, how to respond, not just autocomplete. And it works. After SFT, your model can write code, hold a conversation, and answer your questions. But here's the catch. SFT teaches only one way to respond. The way that contractors wrote those examples, no flexibility. If you want a more concise answer, well, good luck if the train was on a lengthy answer. If you want humor, you might only get the very serious tone. What if you wanted to adapt to your style? Can't do that either. It's a chef who can cook 5 perfect meals, but only those 5, nothing else. So the companies did something radical. RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback. And this is the secret. This is why ChatGPT went viral. Here's the genius move. Instead of teaching the model what to say, it teaches the model what humans prefer. Here's the process. Step 1, generate 4 different responses to the same question. Step 2, humans rank them, best to worst. Step 3, train a new AI model to predict the human preference. Step 4, here's the fun part. It runs the reinforcement learning. So the main model generates responses. The reward model goes and scores them. So in return, the main model is chasing how to get those higher scores. And then this runs in iterations on millions and millions of preference judgments. And suddenly everything changes. And then the model doesn't follow the instructions anymore. It optimizes itself for helpfulness, for safety, for sounding natural, for responding to your questions with what you meant, not what you asked. There is a line from OpenAI's paper that is insane. Our 1.3 billion parameter model with RLHF outperformed our 175 billion parameter model without it. Pause. Go back and read that again. A model which is 100 times smaller beat the massive one just by learning preferences. But RLHF has a dirty secret. It's expensive. Companies were burning millions of dollars on this. And then somebody asked the obvious question, what if we skip the expensive part? All right, we are on third step. In 2023, Stanford drops a paper, DPO, Direct Preference Optimization. What if you don't need to train a reward model at all? You can just skip it. The DPO says, train the model directly on preference pairs, no middleman, no separate reward AI, no complex RL loop. You're gonna still have humans rank the outputs, but instead of building that huge expensive pipeline, the DPO just tweaks the main model to follow the preference of which likely answer and outcome is more preferred than the other. Anthropic is using it for their Claude models. Meta is using it for their Llama models, so it's becoming pretty popular. So understanding these training pipelines changes how you use these models. Model that went through heavy SFT on code, it loves structure. Give it structure. A model trained with RLHF, it is optimized for conversation. So prompted conversationally. Model that uses DPO, it's optimized to follow preference patterns. So use that to your advantage. Let me show you how. Most people won't see this. This is actually how billion-dollar companies do it. So watch closely. Here's DPO in code, pure Python, no fluff. Transformers library are TRL for DPO, Torch backend, done. Loading GPT-2. Yes, it's small and it's free, but it's perfect for demos. Here's the key, preference, pairs, same prompt, 2 responses, one humans chose and one that they rejected. So here we're gonna explain recursion simply. Good answer versus garbage answer. This is what DPO trains on, human preferences, raw and direct. Initialize the trainer, beta controls optimization strength, higher beta, stronger preference alignment, but risk overfitting. We're at 0.1, conservative, smart. So run training, in reality, this goes for hours on GPUs, but conceptually, dead simple. Model sees the prompt, sees which response won, adjusts weights to make winning responses more likely. That's it. That's modern AI alignment. No reward model, no complex RL, just direct optimization. And it works. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button, comment, and share it with a friend. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, so that you won't miss out. Just before I let you go, I have a full-on YouTube video on RAG. So go ahead and watch that next. See you next time.